Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for October 19th. Currently looking at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed down today after gapping up as expected. As far as it moving down, it is moving sideways with the bias that is sideways. Look for this pair to potentially move as high as 91.62, possibly as low as 89.75. Look for some resistance around 91.33 and look for some support around 90.36. Now let's switch over to the Euro USD pair. This particular pair did close up. It closed pretty much right at previous resistance, although as you can see during this session already, it's broken that, although it's not currently above that. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with the bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially move as high as 15040, possibly as low as 14756. There we go. Look for some resistance around 15000 and look for some support around 14875 in this pair. Now let's take a look at the pound US dollar pair. Gap down over 70 pips, has filled that gap already. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with an upward bias. Look for it to potentially go as high as 165.17, possibly as low as 161.32. Look for some resistance around 16500 and look for some support around 162.97. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down. It did close lower than previous support, so we do anticipate this pair to move lower with a bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 1.0290, possibly as low as 10053. Look for some resistance around 10187 and look for some support around 10100. Well, that about takes care of the charts. We do have the U.S. releasing their housing starts for September at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's most likely 8:30 Eastern Time. Sorry about that. That's being released. The consensus on that is that things have improved with housing starts, which would be good news for the U.S. dollar, moving from 598K up to 610K. Building permits are showing that they're up as well. It's being released at 8:30. Consensus on that is that they moved from 579K up to 590K. We also have the Bank of Canada releasing their interest rate decisions at 8 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 0.25%, which if they do, of course, will not affect the Canadian dollar all that much. And I do anticipate them coming out with news that they are going to hold. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Let's take a look at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair over on the 4-hour time frame. We have nice consolidation down. I have somewhat of a flag formation forming here. If you draw your trend line, you can see what is occurring. And basically, if we get a break, I do anticipate it moving higher. And you can look for these 2 points. Basically, we'd look for a short at this point and a buy here. Look for it to move up to this point and down to this point. Now, you do want to, if you do take the short, you need to be cognizant of the fact that we could have support hit at any number of these particular places. Matter of fact, if you wanted to just do a quick scalp, that would be it. But you could definitely go to break even at one of these points and trail it on down, on down from there. Now, as far as moving higher, some points of interest that you need to be aware of would be those two. So either direction, you're going to have potential places for either support or resistance to come in. Overall, what we're looking to do is to gain around 50 pips on that side, and if it goes to the downside, around 54 pips in that direction. So either direction, you could get about 50 pips. I do believe this will occur over the next session, so definitely keep an eye on this particular pair as it consolidates down further and further until we do indeed get a breakout. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.